Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Amagyanatimirandasya Jnananjanasulakaya Chakkurunimilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Soyam Dadati Sopadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jutapadakammalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavanam Cha Sirupam Sagrajatam Sagana Siragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Laitam Sri Vishakham Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisya Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषावानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यः वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमति भक्तिवेदांत स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So Hare Krishna, welcome to the Krishna-Kathamrta series. So this is all the pastime of the Lord Krishna, from the appearance to all the activities of the Lord. So it's a very important things Prabhupada say that it is incumbent of the human being to hear about Krishna Katha. There is no other method, other process for perfection in spiritual life. In these beautiful verses, it is stated very nicely by Śukadeva Gosvāmī that Tasma sarvatma rajan hari sarvata sarvada shruteva tititebhya cha smrateva bhagavān ninnam. So in this verse it is said that, O king, it is therefore essential that every human being hear about, glorify, remember the Supreme Personality of Supreme Lord and the Personality of Godhead always and everywhere. And these pastimes, hearing and glorifying this pastime and remembering these pastimes is most essential thing for human being to get out from this obnoxious material existence and go back to Goloko, Godhead, the supreme destination. In purport, Prabhupada very nicely say that Srila Śukadeva Gosvāmī begins the verse with what tasmat, or therefore, because in a previous verse he has already explained that there is no auspicious means for salvation other than sublime process of bhakti yoga. In bhakti yoga, process is practiced by the devotee in different methods, like hearing, chanting, remembering, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, worshipping, praying, rendering service, and in love, becoming friendly, and offering all that one may possess. All 9 methods are bona fide method, and either of them, some of them, or even one of them can bring about the desired result for the sincere devotee. But out of all 9 different methods, the first one, namely hearing, is the most important function in the process of bhakti. That is been very stressed. Hearing. The ear is the gateway to liberation, the express way to Godhead. So therefore, here Śukadeva Gosvāmī start with Tasmāt Rajan Shroteva. First is hearing. Without hearing sufficiently and properly, no one can make any progress by any other method of practice. And for hearing only, all the Vedic literature are there, compiled by authorized person like Vāsadeva, who is a powerful incarnation of Godhead. Since it has been ascertained that the Lord is the super soul of everything, he should therefore be heard, glorified everywhere and always. That is the special duty of human being. When human being gives up the process of hearing about the all-pervading personality of Godhead, he becomes a victim of hearing rubbish transmitted by man-made machine. So that is the problem. People are after the Instagram. They are not interested in the Lord of Nandagram, Krishna. That means there is all are addicted, inclined to hear impious sound vibrated by the impious man. So therefore, Prabhupada says that hearing is solidified by the process of chanting. Hearing is important. When you chanting or glorifying the Lord, it is more solidified here. One who is perfectly heard from perfect source become convinced about the all-pervading personality of Godhead, thus become enthusiastic in glorifying the Lord. Unless we perfectly heard, we cannot glorify the Lord. All the great Acharya like Ramanuja, Madhva, Chaitanya Saraswati Thakur, or even in other countries, Muhammad, Christ, others have all extensively glorified the Lord by chanting always in every places, because the Lord is all-pervading. It is essential to glorify Him always and everywhere. In the process of glorifying the Lord, there should be no restriction of time and space. This is called Sanatan Dharma, Bhagavad Dharma. See, Prabhupada is very important things Prabhupada is explaining how that importance of hearing up to Krishna Katha. Very, very important. This is the first and very, very important function of human being. So, therefore, the hearing this pastime of the Lord, which has been outlined in the 10th chapter of Bhagavatam, is very, very essential for us to purify from all contaminations and develop love of Godhead. So there's a beautiful verses. It is stated by gopis are chanting Tava Kathamrutam Tapta Jivanam Kavibiriditam Kalmasopanam Sarvam Mangalam Simadatatam Huvi Grinati Burida Janaha. So here in this verses, nectar of your word and the description of your activity are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. Tava Kathamrutam Tapta Jivanam. Tapta means burning. Everybody is burning. Somebody is burning out of money, no money, or excess money. Somebody is burning. Burning is different kind of burning. Separation from your beloved lovers, that is also burning. Losing money is burning. Losing a job is burning. So burning has been different categories. Here, of course, this kind of burning where gopis are mentioning in this particular verses is burning of separation from Krishna. So all these different grades of burning will be mitigated by the process of hearing about the nectarian words and description of the activities, transcendental activities of the Lord. So that is very important. If somebody wants to mitigate this burning, everybody is burning. The material existence is compared as a blazing forest fire. Sansara dava nalanila dodha, nalanida loko. Sansara dava nalanida loko. It's like a blazing forest fire. So anybody wants to get out, one must hear. Even though person may say, I have heard it, but by hearing process, it's purification. Supposing I hear one time, somebody may say, why I should hear? I know, oh, Trinavarta, I know Sakatasura, I know about Krishna. No, every time you hear, every time you get the purification. Every time you get the purification. And these pastimes are not like a stale, I have read the newspaper yesterday, I do not need to read. No, Krishna Katha is always fresh, always new, nitya nutana. Nutana, nitya and nutana. Nitya means eternal. It's not like that it is past. Most of the time, the pastimes is described in present tense. Because Krishna Katha, the activities of the Krishna's nectarian pastime is going on in different planets. Just like we have now in Singapore 8:53. 8 o'clock already passed. But in some of the countries, 8 o'clock is there. Similarly, Krishna Katha is eternally going on in some other planets. It's not like past tense is over. No. Therefore, it is called Nitya and Nutana, ever fresh. It's not like, oh, I have said. No. Every time you hear, it's like Nitya Nutana. The beautiful verses spoken by the Rukmini Devi, Mother Rukmini to Brahmana. Brahman Krishna Katha Punya Madhavi Lokama Lapaha Konu Triptatya Sinvana Sutagya Nityanutanaha. Sutagya Nityanutanaha. It's always noble or fresh. So in this verses, Rukmini, Mother Rukmini is talking to the Brahmana. What experienced listener of Brahmana could ever grow satiated while listening to the pious, charming, ever fresh topics of Lord Krishna, which cleanses away world's contamination? The world contamination can be removed by hearing Krishna Katha. It is so fresh, so eternal, so benefit, so purifying, so purifying. So therefore, it is very important to hear Krishna Katha in the assembly of devotees actually. So in this beautiful verses again, it has been substantiated that tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam. Krishna Katha is not like stale. Ruchiram navam navam, newer and newer. Tadeva swasyan manasa mauchavam. It is festival to the mind. Repeatedly also, if you hear, it is a mauchava, manasa mauchava. Tadeva sokannam swasanam nennam. It dry up the ocean of misery, not the drop of misery, not a cup of misery. It's an ocean of misery which we have been accumulated since time immemorial on account of our sinful activities. We have been suffering. That ocean of misery is be dried off by hearing Krishna Katha. Yat uttama sloka jasanugiyate. If somebody hear and glorify Krishna Katha, so all this ocean of misery will be extinguished, will be dried off. That is the potency, that is the gargantuan potency, stupendous potency of this Krishna Katha, the efficacy of Krishna Katha. Therefore, Parīkṣit Maharaj, who is a family of Krishna and who have seen Krishna in the womb of his mother, therefore his name called Vishnurata, and who knows about Krishna, his Supreme Lord, Krishna's pastime. From his childhood, actually from his childhood he was playing Krishna doll with Krishna and he knows about all Krishna story. Just like bedtime story, he knows. Still he is so anxious to hear about Krishna Katha. Why? Because it is eternal, it is fresh. Navam navam, ruchiram navam navam. Therefore, particularly he said, in this beginning of this chapter, he told to Śukadeva Gosvāmī that yena śrī-rājovāca, yenāvatāreṇa bhagavān harir karoti karṇa-ramyāṇi mano-jñāni chana prabho. Very important word. Karoti karṇa-ramyāṇi. So Bhagavan, the pastime of Bhagavan Harishwara is what it will do? Karoti karṇa-ramyāṇi. It will release the years. That is pastime of Krishna. King Parīkṣit said, my Lord Śukadeva Gosvāmī, all the various activity exhibited by incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead are certainly pleasing to the ear, to the mind. Simply by once hearing this activity, the dirty things in one's mind immediately vanish. Generally, we are reluctant to hear about activities of the Lord, but Krishna's childhood activities are so attractive that they are automatically pleasing to the mind and ear. Specially mention the childhood activities of the Lord. Thus, one's attachment for hearing about material things, which is the root cause of material existence, vanishes, and one gradually develops the devotional service to the Supreme Lord, attachment for Him, and friendship with devotees, which gives us contribution of Krishna consciousness. If you think it is fitting, kindly speak about those activities of the Lord. See, Parīkṣit Maharaj is a family man. He knows about Krishna's pastime in details from a first-hand source, because Pandavas were related to Parīkṣit. Arjuna is the grandfather. So intimately they are related. Still he wants to know, he wants to hear about those activities again and again, again and again. Why? Because it is karṇa-ramyāṇi. Karṇa-ramyāṇi means very pleasing to the ear and mind. Not only it cleanses all the contamination, all the impurity, all the inauspiciousness, also it pleases the ear. Therefore, Krishna Katha is very, very important to hear for every devotee, for everyone. Everyone. Therefore, Lord has given a concession that in Bhagavad Gita, Lord says that Janma Karma Chame Divyam Ebham Jabeti Tattatah Praktadeham Punarjanma Naiti Mameti. So Arjuna. Arjuna, if somebody knows my appearance and activities are transcendental, upon leaving this body, he will not take birth again in this material world. That was the greatest concession. Out of his unbounded mercy and compassion, Lord has exhibited or shown his greatest merciful concession to all the conditioned soul. Simply by hearing his wonderful activities, sweet activities, one can get out from this obnoxious material existence of undergoing cycle of birth and death. Therefore, one of the verses it is said that Lord has enacted all this pastime because for us to get out from this conditioned soul. There are so many places it is stated that in 924 also that very nicely it is stated, Kalau janisyamananam dukkha soka tamanudam anugrahaya bhaktanam supunyam vyatana yasaha. So here in this verses it says that to show causeless mercy to the devotee who take birth in the future in the age of Kali, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Kṛṣṇa acted in such a way that simply by remembering him one will be freed from all lamentation and unhappiness of material existence. In other words, he acted so that all future devotees by accepting the instruction of Krishna consciousness stated in Bhagavad Gita could be relieved from the pangs of material existence. So simply by hearing we remember Krishna. When you remember Krishna, jasya sravana matrena janma murtu sansarad vimuchyate. Avasmiti tat charanaravinda. By remembering Krishna, just like we are hearing, we are going to hear about the killing of Sakatasura and Trinavarta. You must be knowing, but again hearing is so realizable. Therefore, those who are advanced devotees, they are sincere devotees, they love to hear. 1,000 times also. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is Supreme Lord, but every day he goes and hear Bhagavatam from Gadadhar Pandit at Tota Gopinath. That is the symptoms of a devotee. There is a beautiful verse. The symptoms of a pure devotee is that they are always like to hear and talk. Paramahansa devotee who have accepted the essence of life are attached to Krishna in the core of their heart. He is the aim of their lives. It is their nature to talk only of Krishna at every moment, as if such topics were newer and newer. They are attached to such topics, just as materialistic attached to the topics of women and sex. The sum and substances of material life is sex life, attraction to the opposite sex. Sum and substances of the spiritual life, attraction to the Krishna is form, name, is paraphernalia, it is activities, entourage, everything. That is the difference. And this attraction for Krishna can be sprouted up by simply process of hearing Krishna Katha from a bona fide source. Just like we are hearing Krishna Katha from Srimad Bhagavatam, which has been given by us, Srila Prabhupada, in a disciplic succession. This is the symptoms of a devotee, advanced devotee. Madagata madachita prana bodhoyanti parasparam kathanti cha mam nityam tustanti cha ramanti cha. They always like to speak and hear about Krishna Katha. That is their nature. Therefore, we should never neglect hearing Krishna Katha. Even though we know many times, even though speaker may not be so advanced, so good, I mean good in presenting it, but still Krishna Katha has a purification effect if it is spoken from a bona fide source. Therefore, Prabhupada says that in this verse, Prabhupada always quote these verses in the beginning of everything. Even though it is incorrectly done, very nice verse. Tad bhaga visarga janatga viplava yasmin prati slokam abadavati api namani anantasya jasa ankitani yat srimbante gayanti grinanti sadhava. Beautiful verse. Prabhupada writing in the beginning in every of his books. On the other hand, the literature which is full of description of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, forms, pastime of the unlimited Supreme Lord, the different creation, full of transcendental word, direct word, bringing about the revolution in impious life of this world, misdirected civilization. Such transcendental literature, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung, accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. Although speaker may not be good, or may not be good in terms of presenting this Shastra, but still Harikatha is very potent. Except one condition, a Vaishnava, only you should not hear from a Vaishnava. Just like a milk is nutritious. Either you put little water also, it is nutritious. But milk is touched by the serpent, it is not. It is poisonous. Otherwise, Krishna-Katha is full of potent. So, on this note, we will start today's topics. In last topics, we have in the last session we have learnt about how Krishna killed Putana. So, we have very elaborately discussed on this topics of Putana, killing of Putana. Putana, actually, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has called one book called Chaitanya Sikhamrita. In that, he has written that that every demon represented some bad qualities. So, these are the bad quality of a aspiring devotee. Therefore, Krishna kills these bad qualities so that the stumbling block on the path of bhakti will be eliminated. So, Putana represents the false guru. When you take shelter of false guru, our devotional service will be ruined. Impostors, their false guru is there. Though we have to be careful not to take shelter of the false guru. Pretentious, they are pretending. Guru means always speaks what Krishna speaks. Not only that, he acts what he speaks. Achara prachara. Apani achare prabhu sikhaya. So, this is Guru. So, Putana represents the false Guru. Now, today we are going to learn about the Sakatasura Trinavarta. So, Putana was killed when Lord was only 6 days. Sometimes somewhere it is written 3 days, nonetheless. But after few months, 3 months, when Krishna is 3 months old, so what happened? Krishna was 3 months old. So, there was a ceremony called before crawling, there is a turning from backside. So, Krishna was very toddler, he was turning from this side, that side. So, that turning, there is a kind of rituals. We have so many rituals. Nowadays, people are not following. But Vedic rituals like Garbhadhana Sanskara, Ussana Sanskara, so many things are there. So, here Śukadeva Gosvāmī is explaining that there is a ceremony called Ussana ceremony. Śukadeva Gosvāmī said when Mother Josoda baby was slanting his body to attempt to rise and turn around, he is not crawling, he is just trying to rise and turn around, just like small child toddler. This attempt was observed in Vedic ceremony. So, Vedic ceremony is so perfect, everything is observed. In such a ceremony called Utthana ceremony, that is called Utthana, which is performed when a child is due to leave the house for the first time. The child is properly bathed just after Krishna turned 3 months old. Mother Josoda celebrated this ceremony with other women of the neighborhood. On that day, there was a conjunction of the moon with the constellation of Rohini. As the chanting Brahmanas joined by chanting Vedic hymns, professional musician also took part. This great ceremony was observed by Mother Josoda. So, when Krishna was 3 months, this ceremony of attempt to rise and turn back, just like a child is attempt to rise and turn, that ceremony called Utthana, it is observed. After completing bathing ceremony of the child, Mother Josoda received the Brahmana by worshipping them proper respect and giving them ample of food grains and other eatables, clothing desirable, cows and garland. The Brahmana properly chanted the Vedic hymn to observe the auspicious ceremony, and when they finished, Mother Josoda saw the child felt sleepy. She lay down the bed with the child until he was peacefully asleep. So, so what happened? So, so what happened? The mother Josoda put the Lord on a that is called household cart. Household cart were bringing some goods. It was there in Nanda Maharaj's courtyard. So Josoda Maya put behind Krishna for sleeping, and he was used in the she was busy engaged in the household things. A household thing, and also he is very much absorbed in celebrating Utthana ceremony. So many neighborhood, their guests, they came to their house, so he was busy receiving the guests and worshipping them, all the respect, offering them clothing, cow, garland. These are the system. So, but Krishna is hungry, so he was crying for his mother, just like a child is getting up, is crying for mother. So Krishna is showing this one. At that time, Krishna, demanding the drink of the milk of his breast, angrily threw his leg upward. So Krishna, just like a small child, and throw the legs up, and he wants milk. So Krishna also did something. And Krishna was lying down underneath a hand cart in one corner of the courtyard. Hand cart means the household cart that carrying goods. Although his little legs were soft as leaves, when he struck the cat with his legs, it turned over, violently collapsed. It turned over and violently collapsed. The wheel separated from the axle, and hubs and spoke fell apart. The pole of the handcart broke. On the cart there were many little utensils made of various metal, all of them scattered hither. So here you can see Krishna is a small child. His leg is so soft. Still, by touch of the legs, the whole cart was broken, collapsed, and all the utensils become spilled here and there. Mother Josoda and the ladies who had assembled for the Utthana festival, all of them headed by Nanda Maharaj, saw the wonderful situation. They began to wonder how the handcart collapsed by itself. They began to wander here and there, trying to find the cause, but were unable to do. They were thinking that what happened, why this happened. But the assembled cowherd men, ladies began to contemplate how this thing had happened. It is the work of some demon or evil planet. They asked, at that time the small children present asserted that the cart has been kicked apart by the baby Krishna. As soon as crying baby bad kicked the cart wheel, the cart had collapsed. There was no doubt about it. So here they were astonishing who did it, how the cart was collapsed. But the children who was playing with Krishna, who was employed by the or deployed by the mother Josoda to take care of Krishna, they saw, and they have asserted the fact that Krishna kicked the cart and broken. And all these cowherd boys, and they do not believe it. That how this small child, they thought that it is some kind of demons. Actually, one demon's name called Sakatasura. Sakatasura, in his previous birth, he was the son of Hiranyaksha. His name is Utkacha. And he was cursed by a Muni, sage, to become what you say, bodiless. He is like a nobody, ghost kind of thing. So he was sent by the Kṛṣṇa to kill. And he, because he do not have the body, he took shelter of the cart and trying to make the cart fall on Krishna and kill Krishna. And Krishna, who is God in every respect and circumstances, is omnipotent at every time, omniscient, omnipotent. So he knew, and he therefore he kicked with his leg and killed the Sakatasura. That was the pastime when it was Krishna was 3 months. Here you see that Krishna was killed by the lips, by sucking the breast of Putana. Here Krishna used the legs to kill Sakatasura. So Krishna, one thing you should understand that, so Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. Prabhupada said one of the purport that just like Nrsimha Avatar. Nrsimha Avatar, Nrsimhadev comes and exerted energy, so much power to kill. In any other avatar, Lord has to come and exert energy. But Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. He doesn't need to do things. Simply by touch of his soft leg, Sakatasura died. Sampurna Bhagavāna, Swayam Bhagavān. And his every limbs is interchangeable. He can kill by the lips, he can kill by the legs, and he can kill by the hands. Now we are going to hear about the story of Trinavarta. Therefore, Prabhupada quoted very nice verses in the purport. Angani jasya sakalendra vritimanti paschanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti ananda chinmaya sadujjala rasa vigrahasya govindamadi purusam tamaham bhajami. That any of the part of the Ananda Chinmaya body can act for other parts. Such are the inconceivable potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Lord does not need to acquire this potency. He already has them. That Krishna kicked his little legs, his whole purpose was fulfilled. Also, when the handcraft broke, the ordinary child could have been injured in many ways. But because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he enjoyed the dismantling of the cart and nothing injured him. Everything done by the Ananda Chinmaya Rasa, full transcendental bliss, thus Krishna factually enjoyed. Krishna is one to enjoy. Therefore, all the pastime is for his enjoyment. At the same time, the demons are killed and also got liberated. The nearby children saw that actually Krishna had kicked the wheel of the cart, and this was how an accident happened. By the arrangement of Jogamaya, all the gopis and gopas thought that accident has taken place because of some bad planet or some ghost. But in fact, everything was done by Krishna and enjoyed by him. Those who enjoy the activities of Krishna are also on the platform of Ananda Chinmaya Rasa. They are liberated from the material platform. Therefore, who do not like to hear, they are not Ananda Chinmaya Rasa. They like to be Nirananda in this material world. They are interested in the vibration of impious sound by the mundane people and mundane topics. When one develops the practice of hearing Krishna Katha, very important things Prabhupada has written. When one develops practice of hearing Krishna Katha, is certainly transcendental to the material existence. Anybody wants to transcendental to a material existence, one should follow this process, develop the practice of hearing Krishna Katha, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Sagunan Samatitayan Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. Unless one is on spiritual platform, one cannot enjoy the transcendental activities of Krishna. In other words, whoever engage in hearing the transcendental activity of Krishna is not on the material platform, but on the transcendental spiritual platform. How important Krishna Katha! Therefore, Acharya always release this Krishna Katha. Śukadeva Gosvāmī very releasing in speaking this Krishna Katha. Therefore, he said, Rajan, you are the greatest devotee because you are asking me the best question, best request, best inquiry. And Parīkṣit Maharaj, he is now praising Śukadeva Gosvāmī. You are bhagavān, sometimes great personality called bhagavān also. Oh Lord Śukadeva Gosvāmī, please explain me. That is the reciprocation. So this happened, this incident, this pastime happened when Krishna was 3 months. Then 1 year, after few months, like 9 months, then 1 year. When Krishna was 1 year, that time, what happened? There is another incident happened that is called Trinavarta. There was another Rakshasa called Trinavarta was sent by Kṛṣṇa to kill. Trinavarta is very, very furious. He is a whirlwind. Whirlwind means like dust, make a dust storm like this. So Krishna knew that Trinavarta is coming, and Trinavarta was planning even take the Yasodamaya and Krishna along, because Yasodamaya is carrying Krishna. But Krishna made in a such a way that he become very heavy. When he became very heavy, then what happened? Yasodamaya did not, So when he was very heavy, Yasodamaya put it down. And Krishna gave a chance to Trinavarta to come. And Trinavarta came with a whirlwind so that everybody cannot see what is going on. So much storm, so much dust. That time he catch hold of Krishna and fly. And Krishna also enjoying this flying. He wants to fly, and he allowed this demon, let me fly in the sky. So Krishna went off. When Krishna went off, then that demon Trinavarta was going high and high. Then Krishna become very heavy. Krishna is called Yogeshwara. All Yogeshwara means Krishna is the god of yoga. Yoga Ishvara, the topmost yogi, topmost Yogeshwara. So Krishna also showed his yogic power. And the small mystic yogic power of Trinavarta taking the Krishna could not be successful. So what happened? Here it is said that he had been taken away in the dust storm, but up in the sky the Asura, being overburdened by the child, could not carry the child far away. Krishna becomes so heavy in his yogic power that this demon could not carry far away. Although he also could not drop the child because the child had caught him so tightly. See, the thing is that Krishna becomes, he is the Yogeshwar, and the little yogic power of Trinavarta could not help him to kill Krishna. Krishna becomes so heavy that he could not carry him up, and also he cannot leave because Krishna is holding his neck and strangling. Child had caught him so tightly that it was difficult for him to separate the child from his body. Thus Trinavarta himself fell down from a very great height, the child grasping him tightly by the soldier, and immediately died. So Trinavarta died because he's so heavy, and Krishna was holding his soldier in his neck. He could not even, drop him. Therefore, he fell down and died. Demon having fallen, the gopis picked the child and delivered him to the lap of Mother Yashoda. Thus, Mother Yashoda was struck with wonder, but because of Yogomaya's influence, no one could understand who Krishna was, what had actually happened. That is the thing, that Krishna has hidden his divinity so that the flow of spontaneous love will not be obstructed. Therefore, Krishna has hidden his supremacy, his divinity to all the cowherd resident of Braj. Yashoda Maya and Gopis, they do not think how great Krishna is, but how greatly Krishna dependent on him. Therefore, Yashoda Maya is always anxiety whether Krishna has got fever, Krishna has eaten or not, Krishna is hungry, Krishna is taking bath or not. How much is concerned, greatly dependent, as if Krishna is dependent on him. If I do not feed Krishna, Krishna will be hungry. If I do not bathe Krishna, Krishna will be dirty. He do not know, as a Varaha avatar, from his body, the drop comes become an ocean. But he want to bathe the Lord with a bucket of water. That was, all this contradiction is harmonized in Krishna Lila, because Supreme Lord wants to be enjoyed. He loves to be enjoyed. He loves to be controlled. He loves to be chastised. Vaikuntha, nobody chastise him. Everybody bound down. So he do not like that one. He want to be chastised. He want to be loved. He want to be controlled. That is Krishna. That is, all the contradictions is harmonized in this Krishna's pastime. Big demons, they are falling down, they are killed. They have no time to even introduce themselves. And Krishna killed with lips to Putana, and by legs to Sakatasura, now by hand to Trinavarta. Nanda Maharaj, of course, was thinking of the wonderful foretelling of Vasudeva, began to praise him in a great yogi. Later, when child was on the lap of Mother Yashoda, the child yawned. Mother Yashoda could see within his mouth the entire universal manifestation. So Krishna showed. Sometimes he blinked of time. Many times he showed to Arjuna, and 2 times he showed to Mother Yashoda. This time when Mother Yashoda took Krishna on the lap out of love, and Krishna, like sleeping, yawned. And by yawn, he opened the mouth, and Yashoda Maya can see entire universe, entire creation. But due to influence of Yogamaya, that with the divinity of Krishna is covered, in order to intensify, in order to condense, concentrate, in order to intensify, in order to enhance, augment the spontaneous reciprocation of the love between the resident of Brajavasi and Krishna, which Krishna really likes. Ananda chinmaya rasapati tavista tavira ejani brojani tavira eva nijarupataya kalavi goloka eva nivasakti akhilatma bhutam govindamadi purusam tamapana. So in order to expand his ecstatic enjoyment with his devotee, he descends himself and enact all these pastimes, which is very realizable, purifying, and not only that, a gargantuan benefit. It has a very enduring impact and gargantuan benefit those who hears this Krishna Katha, because they can get out of this material existence and develop the love of Godhead, go back to Godhead ultimately. That is the impact, enduring and very stupendous impact of Krishna Katha. So on these notes, we will stop this class. Thank you very much. Antarashrimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Krishna-Kathamrta ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Haribol, Jai Srila Prabhupada. And one more thing I forget, that Trinavarta was actually Trinavarta is in previous life, he was called Sahasraka. There is a called the king of Pandyadesh. He has got 1,000 wives. He came naked before Durvasa came, he was naked. He was cursed, but somehow he begged to Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni told, okay, in next kalpa you will be 10,000 here in this celestial, in 10,000 here on the earth. Next manvantara, the Krishna will come and you will be killed by Krishna and got liberated. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.